What's up, you guys? Alright, we are on US-287 running into I-35W southbound right now. It's on the north end of Fort Worth. Not quite where you guys were expecting me to end up after my last pickup. Now, if you watched my last pickup video at a US cold storage in Turlock, California, go watch this car, this minivan here. I don't know if they're going to want to come over. They're definitely off pace though. Anyway, the load I picked up last was supposed to be going to, what was it, McLean Foods over in, kept getting the name of that town mixed up on the other video. Louisville, Texas, which is over here, kind of about halfway between Denton and Dallas. However, I did mention that I was doubtful that I'd be delivering that load myself because I knew I was not going to make on time with that one, or I was pretty sure I was not going to. And yeah, sure enough, I was definitely tracking to need an extra 10-hour break, which was going to cause a problem. I ended up swapping that load off in Flagstaff at Little America Travel Center with another driver. Driver who's been with JCT almost 3 times as long as I have, and I've been with him for over 4 years. He said he's been with JCT for 11. I've actually met him before. I remembered, I think when we had the Super Bowl, I was at the yard, and I was talking to him there as well, and I remembered his dog too, so, not a bad guy. Except I will say one thing, he's another case of somebody who doesn't know how to pronounce city names in California, and kind of had an he didn't really give a shit attitude about it when I told him what the proper way to pronounce it is. And yeah, because he picked well, he didn't pick it up, but actually, alright, let me slide over because I don't know what this car is doing. I'm going to be getting off at Meacham Boulevard, which is the very next street here. I just didn't know what alright, never mind, this car is going to be getting off here on the 820. Anyway, he picked this load up at Ventura Foods in Ontario, just south of Ontario Airport. And he mentioned something about Harupa. Well, the proper way to pronounce it is Harupa, but like every stupid American, as I call it, non-Californian, he called it Jarupa. So I kind of laughed and told him, oh, you mean Harupa? And he's like, whatever. And then he called it Jarupa again later on. I was like, again, you don't have respect for another country's language, then you can't be surprised when other countries don't like us. You go to a lot of other countries, they'll call us ugly Americans for a good reason too, because a lot of Americans have, I don't give a shit, Americans, I don't give a shit about anybody attitude. I'm like we're better than everybody else. But now, how would you like it if a foreigner mispronounced your name and you explained how to do it, and they just said, I don't give a shit, I'm going to say what I feel like saying. It's kind of you'd probably find it a little bit insulting in a way, because like it's not hard, especially if it's an easy American name. You'd probably be thinking, this guy's a fucking idiot, a moron. And that's how they feel about us when we have that blasé attitude about pronouncing names properly in their own languages. And of course, remember a lot of California history. Okay, so it's got to make the right turn from the other lane, I guess. Remember California history, before California became a state, it belonged to Mexico. And when it belonged to Mexico, we had of course, all the residents and citizens there were Mexican and Spanish speakers. So a lot of our cities are, have Spanish names. Okay, we're turning on to Meacham, westbound here. We're real close to our drop yard too, by the way. And also, if you guys know on YouTube, if you guys remember about a year ago, a little over a year ago, if you have me on Facebook, you might have seen a live stream that I did from Fort Worth. Let me slide over. This isn't where I want to turn. Anyway, this hotel right here that I just passed, the Radisson, I live streamed a tornado warning from that hotel April of last year on my Facebook channel. Our page, whatever you want to call it. That was well, my truck was in the shop getting repaired. Okay, so this street right here in front of Buck's Cabaret, you can turn right on it, and that'll take you right over to the street that our drop yard is on, and turn left and then go down the block about halfway down, perhaps, between this street and Blue Mountain Road, and that's where our drop yard is. Anyway, all right, so enough on that whole topic there. So far, I ended up dropping my son Bradley off at his mom's yesterday, and they ended up shutting down for the day in Quanah, Texas. And where are these lights are right, so that's, you go straight ahead, there's a left turn lane right in front of you, so I need to slide over to stay in my proper lane. It's kind of misleading there. Alright, anyway, the US cold storage, we're going to be making a left turn right up here where you see that other truck right now. And it'll take us onto a dead-end street. I've not done any scouting at all on this place. I'm not really too concerned. It's a US cold storage. I mean, they'd probably have a guard shack, to check in at and all that good stuff. Should be like any other US cold storage. What's this guy doing now? Yeah, we're going to come down to the end of this road though. Let's see, I got to double check where the truck entrance is at. Alright, might be a truck entrance just before you get to the building. Yeah, we're going to be making the road will curve off to the left. And I believe we're going to make a right turn just before we get to the building. Alright, so anyway, also on the way down here, I had the attack of the white Volvo Mafia. So there's kind of a joke thing, I guess you will, about, if you ever watch Bonehead Truckers videos, you'll understand to some extent. The street ends. I'm expecting a left turn here anyway, but this guy, I'm guessing, is new here as well, and I'm gonna let this car make its turn first. I have to wait on Martin anyway. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He just seems utterly confused about what he's doing or something. Definitely he seems disoriented with now see, it's misleading because yeah, I do see a staging lot over on the west end on the satellite. Some spots that face east and some that face north. basically on the west and the southwest corners of the lot. And there are a few, it look like there might be a few dock doors right there by the southwest part of the staging lot. But most of the dock doors appear to be facing north. I do see a lot of trucks over there too. Alright, I don't know if I'm supposed to turn on that street there or what. Let's see what these signs say. Employee visitor entrance. Alright, truck entrance down here. Makes sense, that way you can sight into the dock doors. So this setup here, this building layout here reminds me a lot of one of the U.S. cold storage facilities in Tulare, California. So anyway, with these white Volvo Mafia guys that I was talking about, one of them was a younger guy from Moreno Valley, or his truck was at least, in California. And okay, I had already moved over to the left to overtake a much slower, oversized truck that had just gotten on the freeway going up Ash Fork Hill. So I move over a little bit early, and this guy, I mean, you can clearly tell, okay, here's the guard shack right here. You can very clearly tell that this, that I'm gaining on this truck very fast, if you're paying attention. This guy comes running up, looked like he's going to try to pass me anyway, even though there was no chance in hell that he was going to make it. Definitely no doubt about it. There was no chance in hell of him making that turn. I mean, making it past me. So this guy might turn. No, look like he's going to go out the other way. Okay. So I got footage of that. I might show that on a compilation video. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to post stuff, and I don't want to get too active with posting video content on Facebook. I might just do some kind of a compilation again like I used to do here on my YouTube channel. I don't know, we'll see, but I'll probably have that in there on the compilation. You know, see him being stupid and trying to pass me and finding out the hard way he wasn't going to make it. Then further on the eastern end of Arizona. We were in Arizona, yeah. Yeah, we were in the eastern part of Arizona. There was supposedly a right lane closure, but I think they had just finished. The right lane, like finished doing the work, but the signs were still up. Saying that it was the right lane closure. You know, they had to say right lane closed half a mile ahead, and then right after that, the merge sign telling you to move left. I had already moved left, but it was for more than one reason. One, had the sign saying to move left, but also I could see up on the right shoulder up ahead there was somebody stopped on the, like a maintenance type of truck on the right shoulder. So I was already over there for that reason, and other trucks that were ahead of me also had moved over for that same reason. And then you got this white Volvo driver. What's he do? He starts coming up, starts passing me on the right, you know, even though you can clearly see this maintenance vehicle on the right shoulder. So it's like some of these people don't have any brains at all. Now, if you're a Punjabi driver, unfortunately you're going to get a lot of flack from American drivers in the U.S. because of this. I think a lot of them don't realize it's not just the fact that it's Punjabi drivers a lot of times, it's just it's young people in general. It just so happens that here in America, it seems like a pretty large percentage of the young and less experienced drivers here, truckers here, just happen to be Punjabi as well. So, I mean, because like I say, it's not just Punjabis that I see doing this shit. It's young, anybody. white people, black people, Hispanics, Punjabis, everybody. It's just young people in general. Like the guy I was talking about from Reno Valley. Of course, you see the white Volvo and you think, oh, it must be an Indian driver or Punjabi, whatever. And then it turned out it was a black guy from, I don't know if he was from Moreno Valley, but I know his truck was. But you'll see that, both those footage on there. I'll do my own stupid things I see, whatever kind of videos when I get a chance. Good, how you doing? What's that?
Good phone number. Just rack up the door 12. Keep the doors closed and take the paper to 31.
Okay.
Door 12 and then office is 31.
31, leave doors closed and...
Yeah, leave them closed.
Alright guys, we checked in here. We'll be docking into door 12. It says leave doors closed. And we're going to check in at door 31. I do still need to take my my enforcer lock off my trailer though. Get over here by, actually door 12 must be on the other end. This guy here, this WFX driver is in 51, and it goes down from here, so I'm going to be further down by where, maybe even past where these guys pulling out are at. Alright, this long nose here is in 36. Get my, I'm waiting on Martin to get in this door. I'm going to pull my enforcer lock now. Alright, so right here next to me on the left is where we're going to check in. I don't know if Martin's going to need a reset, but looks like it might be alright, but yeah, we're good. Alright, he's in 22, so I'm going to dock it over here, probably pretty close to Leonard's. Leonard's an 18. Actually, 12 might be, I look like it's right next to this guy here. Oh no, it's on the other side. 13's the last dock door on this side here. So 12 should be the very first one on the other side. There's a decent amount of, doesn't look like a super wide setup here, but it doesn't look too bad. Alright, got a Benny Keith drop trailer in the next door over, so there'll be plenty of room for me just because it's a drop trailer. Bit late, I think. Yeah. A little late, letting the trailer, following the trailer too much, so didn't get it a chance to rotate over quite right. Almost made it just right though on the correction, but just want a little bit more room there to make sure I'm lined up just right so they can get the trailer doors open for sure, and the dock plate across. Why does it seem like I'm off there? I see more pad on the left than I do the right, so I'm inclined to want to reset again, even though, because I'm looking at the bumper pad at the bottom there. That's what I usually line up with, but see, now I can barely, now I can't even really see the pad, but it looks like I'm evened up on the rubber, you know, the soft pads that go around the top of the trailer, the sides and top of the trailer. I always go by the bumper pad out the bottom though, personally. Alright, we are good there. Alright, so we'll get checked in here, see how things go. It is currently 22:31, I think it is. Yeah, 22:31 local time. Listen, I don't have any idea how what this place's reputation is. I didn't bother to read into the reviews. I figured probably be at least a couple hours here. I don't really care. Actually, if I am here at least 2 hours, I'll be very happy, because then I can stop my 14-hour clock while I'm sitting here. And because I do have another pickup, we'll talk about that on the way out of here. Alright guys, we are all done unloading. Alright, so it turned out you do need to open your doors and slide tandems as well. Let me pull forward. I'm going to close my doors and slide my tandems back to a good spot. Get some more air in there. Alright, anyway, yeah, you end up pulling forward to open your doors and back in. They just want you to leave the doors closed until they're ready to actually start unloading you. It took a little bit of alright, so it took a little bit of time for them to start unloading me. Not super long, but it wasn't right away. Here, let me go ahead and I have enough air pressure in here now, so I'm going to go ahead and slide tandems and close the doors and all that. We'll get this tandem slid now. I don't really care where they end up. I just don't want them all the way back. Texas doesn't have any limit on where I can have them. I can have them all the way back if I want to, but why would I want to do that? I can, I guess, but I don't know. I mean, the turns I will have to make, I don't know. No. What I would really have concern at all with would be maybe when I stop in Dallas to get my reefer, my trailer washed out, turning off the interstate over there at Bonnie View Road from I-20. I would say that would be my only real concern, and there would be no curbs to hit. I'd just be concerned about making a wide left turn and having my trailer at risk of hitting traffic that could be in a left turn lane or something. So a little forward, man, it just makes it easier. Just want to creep right now. I'll come back over here. He actually told me pull out of the door drive over here and get the bills. So we'll do that. It's currently 1:05 or so in the morning, so about 2.5 hours, just over 2.5 hours is what it took me to get unloaded. Alright guys, we are ready to roll out of here now. Let's see. Alright, so there were no S&Ds on this load. Like we're getting on the slow side here with trucks in the dock doors. Alright, I mentioned earlier I was hoping to actually be here at least 2 hours. Particularly so I could stop my 14-hour clock. I didn't want my 14 running down while I was sitting here in the dock door. If I didn't get at least 2 hours in, I would not be able to stop the 14. But now that I was here for at least 2 hours, my 14 basically reset back to what it was at when I first went off duty after I docked in. So, and that's exactly what I wanted. Don't know that I might have just a slight bit of detention pay coming, but I don't even think it's not even 10 minutes after the time when I'm eligible for it, so it really isn't going to get much.
What door were you in?
12.
12?
Alright, thanks. Yep, you too. Have a good night. Alright, this guy looked like I don't know, he already looks like his tendons are slit to some, but yeah, it didn't look like he's at the 40-foot mark, but neither am I. I'm at like 43 feet or somewhere in that ballpark. Oh, he's ready. Alright, good. Wait. I thought this was a dead-end road. So I can actually get on the frontage road right there. Okay. I did not know that. I thought this was a dead-end area here. Alright, so even better, because I need to get on, well, I could get, if I wanted to take the more direct route to my next shipper, which is going to be Sanderson Farms in Tyler, Texas, which is about an hour drive or so. Well, actually more than an hour and a half drive, I would say, east of Dallas. That's where I'll be picking up my next load if I were to make a more direct route. No, I was seeing the headlights, but they were already on. They were staying on I-35. Alright, anyway, I were to go north up to I-30, which is a short distance north of me. That would have been the more direct route to get in that direction, but I'm going to stop at, I'm going to go come down here to 287 South and get on I-20. 20 is is a better route. You don't have slowdowns really. It's 70 mile an hour speed limit all the way across, pretty much. 30, it's 70, a pretty good chunk of the way, but there's this, as you start to get closer to downtown Dallas, the speed limit drops. End up even down to like 55, and you have to go right by downtown Dallas and all that crap to go that way. Plus, I'm gonna get my trailer washed out at Blue Beacon. The one that has the trailer washout across the street from Flying J over on the southeast side of Dallas. And I need to top my reefer unit off as well, so I'll go right up back across the street to Flying J and do that on the way out. So that's kind of sums up what I have going on here. I don't want to drag this on, and let's see, I'm trying to think of if there was any other detail I meant to talk about earlier. I already talked about the two white Volvo drivers. I did actually have a couple other, actually four-wheelers here on 287 on the way down here this evening that kind of pissed me off too. I'm going to have those also available for you guys to watch. One of them there was two four-wheelers that I assume were caravanning together. The first one, so the one was following the other. The first one got by me and emerged over. I didn't have any qualms at all with what they did. They were at least going somewhat faster than me, and they didn't merge back over. I literally 10 feet in front of me or some shit. Well, the problem is the guy who was in the next vehicle back, because he didn't try to pass the other driver, so it tells me he was probably caravanning with the other driver. There's no other traffic except for the three of us, and he squeezes in between me and the other one. Initially, the gap, it was close, but it wasn't so close that I would have complained about it. The problem was he was close enough, and then when he got back in, he slowed down and actually made it even more of a problem. All right, so an hour or just a mile and a half from 287 south. We're going to take that across to the southeast, get back on get on I-20 over there. Anyway, he backed off his throttle to get the right spacing with apparently the driver he was following. But by doing that, he got too close to me, and I ended up blowing my air horn and moving over to let him know I wasn't happy about what he did. And I was also not happy about the fact that someone like that had an Air Force decal on their car. Come on, man, you gotta represent. We're supposed to be smarter than all the other military branches. You gotta have high ASVAB scores to get into the Air Force, so that's usually our, everyone always makes fun of us being Air Force or whatever, having the easiest physical standards and all that kind of stuff, but, and that is true, but we're also known to have the highest ASVAB requirements because everybody wants to be in our branch, and we have better retention than the other branches. So, Air Force can actually afford to be more selective about who it allows into its ranks, and the ASVAB scores is one of the ways they do that. We're going to stay left here. We'll get on 287. The right lane is closed. I hope this car realizes that. They're still kind of, now they're realizing it. I don't know. They're still really close to my trailer. Alright, I gotta give them a hard time just because, I would say I would expect other branches to do stupid shit like that, but I don't know. But then again, I gotta give you guys who are Army and Marine Corps vets some credit here as well. But seriously, I can't get on 287. There's a detour route. I can also get on 30, but I really want to be on 20. Alright, so as I was saying there though, Marines and Army guys, I think they tend to be more, gung-ho about attention to detail than Air Force people are. Let's be real here. Depending on what your career field is in the Air Force, they're like what I did, you had to be very attentive to details. But, your stereotypical Army or Marine Corps troop, a lot of them were, might be in combat units or some shit, and oh yeah, they know that head on a swivel, looking for every little minute detail possible. So I will say that stuff like that, I would think that, I'll just say that Marines and Army guys, soldiers, we'll say, I guess stereotypically would be expected to have more common sense or street knowledge kind of thing, and Air Force tend to be more educated, well-read kind of stuff. Yeah, and then I also had a pickup that was passing me. Was barely going any faster at all, just maybe a couple miles an hour. And he merged over in front of me so damn close that even when I reviewed it on my dash cam footage while I was sitting there in the dock door, I don't think it was even more than one full hash mark on the highway here in front of me by the time he was coming over. He was signaling over before he was even like 10 feet in front of me. And these hash marks, if I'm not mistaken, are about 10 feet apart, and they're spaced about, and the gaps between them is about 20 feet, if I recall. Something I remember my dad teaching me. Something in that neighborhood. And you can really only see the one hash mark. Basically when I'm hitting a hash mark, and the back of his pickup is on the front end of the same hash mark that the front of my hood is on the back of. So it was like super close, 10 feet or so. And people usually say, yeah, dash cams usually make it look like you're further apart away than you really are. And even on mine, even the dash cam showed that he was too close. Alright, anyway, I don't know why that was a 60 zone there. It's stupid. I think I'll just go ahead and take a different route down. Maybe Highway 12 or... Oh, no, I don't want to take 12 down. I don't know. I'll take one of the other highways down, perhaps over to 20, so I can get my washout. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end the rambling kind of stuff here. Again, I don't want the video to be too long. It'll be kind of reasonable, so I'm gonna go ahead and call this video a day. This wasn't, it was just kind of average type of delivery, I guess I would say, in terms of timeliness. And as I say, I'm on my way to Tyler, Texas now to pick up my reload, and we'll talk more about where that one's going and all that on that particular video, okay? Otherwise, thanks again for hanging out, watching, and we'll see you guys in Tyler.